Nowadays, the art of being a mechanic is vanishing because nowadays mechanics are all about swapping parts, but not the fixing anymore. I remember when I was young, there was no YouTube, so whenever you had to do something, you had to experiment and make it fixed. Like, you have to find a way to fix something. Cycling is just something easy that does not set limits to you, so you can just move around without really having restrictions, which eventually obviously is not a way of obey or not, it's freedom, just literally freedom. Hi, welcome to Roger Garage. This is my cave where magic happens, I would say. This is how we started into customization, I would say, because we started as painting only, then slowly we moved into a little bit more specific stuff. This is actually one of my first full custom building. This was for a friend of mine. Indeed, he's from Naples. It says Napoli on that. So as I was saying, this is my first idea of customization, where we not just painted the frame. There is leather on the top tube, handlebar, and the saddle. Unique, reliable, and vintage in the same page here. We started in East London, which has a very high trend on fixies, and that's where we started. Actually, we didn't start as geared bikes, but we started more on this kind of conversion. Also, you can find a chain cover with a nice olive Shimano track chain. As you can see, we have a lot of unusual bikes and different kind of range. As something like that, which is a Planet X TT bike. We also have a nice Premier L Peugeot, which has got a leather craft on it, made by me, of course. Some other old Peugeot MTB, Cinelli Zurigo, which is like the beginning of gravel bikes. It's a Ford brand. It was made in Czech Republic by hand. It's a very nice, well, it's a vintage and very nice road frame. I really like it. Unfortunately, it's not my size, otherwise it was my bike. As you can see, all postcard and stamps were sticked on and then obviously varnish on top. The process is exactly the same process as a painter stick, I don't know, wallpaper on a wall. So you get this PVA glue where you submerge all these papers in and then you stick them one by one on the frame. Then you leave them dry and overspray it with any polish you want, like gloss or satin. This one has been done in gloss, as you can see.
All of the chains are breaking away.
I'm a father, so since I'm a father, I try to waste less as possible to give a better future to my son. So we try to make new bikes off old bikes, so eventually you can just ride an old bike that feels just as right as a new.
Long time, long.
2010-ish Zip 404. 4-carbureting. It's a tubular wheel. So basically are wheels that used to be used on high-end competitions, something like Tour de France, Giro, Vuelta, whatever. To actually convert these wheels to work with Campagnolo for this bike, for this build, was a little bit of a headache, I'd say, because eventually these wheels came with us Shimano setup. Then I had to find this little body here, and eventually was found in Detroit.
All of the chains are breaking away.
We are in Limehouse, East London, and it is a developing area, so lots of new people moving into the area, lots of new cyclists, lots of new friends to make, and people to educate into cycling.
It's been a long time, long time, long time.
This is a 1980 Raleigh Ebony, but I've enhanced it with some lighter gear, plus obviously the e-bike kit. Giving a new life to an old machine like this, I think just makes you proud. We also are trying to experience, as I was explaining on the other project, on the leather crafting, which takes an old saddle like this, to something that can be eventually these, just off a sheet of leather, like that. This is my trial leather. This is basically where a tire start to begin the process of being a belt. Then from this we take the excess off, which is the side, or as we can see here, we cut the side off and keep only the middle part, which then, as I said, becomes this, and eventually at the end becomes this, which is the material we use as a belt stripe I'm wearing today, which was made in the same kind of way, just using some inner tube and then again some belt closure. Or another example of what we upcycle can be, what is this? A gear hanger made of a bike wheel and a spoke, some sort of bracelet made of wheel spokes and nipple, just to keep it, keep the material have a new life over and over and over and over again. This has been there, hanging there for the last 7 years. It is obviously a cloth hanger or something. It was obviously made as a first product. You can hang yourself on it. It sits there. It's not going anywhere. The best way obviously to get information would be to find us out on our website, which is rogergaragecustom.com, where you can find our WhatsApp number, where you can book an appointment, or you can just find our social medias where we constantly post our updates.
Lines are starting to fray. There's only so long I can hold